Welcome everyone to the 2025 Cookie Program Information Meeting. So before we jump in and get started, I just want to let everyone know that what you are being told right now is the accurate information as of right now. But remember that cookie season is very unpredictable and things could change at any time. So it is very important that you are thoroughly reading all communications from the troop as quickly as possible because they've already changed the start date. So, cookie season, things can really change at any time. So it's really important that you read all communications to stay as up to date as possible. Okay. Okay, how do I scroll on Google Slides? There we go. Thank you for attending this meeting, and thank you for devoting your time to support your Girl Scout and art troop in this year's cookie program. If you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. Just keep in mind that we're going to be going over a lot of topics. So if you need clarification on anything that we've talked about, definitely ask. But if you have a question about something that we have not talked about, there's a chance that we will talk about it. So hold your question just in case, because we don't want to be spending too much time, jumping back and forth. Okay. So why do we sell Girl Scout cookies? There's basically three reasons. So we sell cookies to help Girl Scouts learn real life skills that will prepare them, for these are skills that they'll need in life in their future. Also, our troop earns $1 per package for the cookies that we sell, and that pays for all of our activities, our volunteer training, our meeting space, all of that good stuff. And then, of course, our council earns funds as well to pay for volunteer training, property maintenance, and things like that. I remember that participation in the cookie program is optional. However, your Girl Scouts participation can greatly reduce the cost of troop activities so that less money has to come out of your pocket. So by participating in the Girl Scout cookie program, Girl Scouts learn 5 important skills. They are goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. So before each cookie program, we help all Girl Scouts set troop and individual goals. They are learning to make decisions about what they want to do with the money, who are the best people to ask to buy cookies, what is the best way to market the product, and so much more. They have to calculate how much a customer owes based on how many packages of each kind of cookie they buy, and then how much change they should get based on how they pay. They learn to look people in the eye, speak up, and answer questions when selling their product, whether individually or in front of a store with their Girl Scout sisters. Girl Scouts are expected to be polite, even when their customers say no. They are expected to be honest about our product, and we offer a good, dependable product. They're also expected to follow the rules and make sure we're being fair to all Girl Scouts. So this is really just a small example of all the ways that Girl Scouts learn these 5 skills by participating in the cookie program. Whoever just popped in that is identified as iPhone 2, make sure you let me know who you are. I'm not liking this. Okay, well, apparently Google Slides makes this slides layout off. Okay, so as a Girl Scout junior in 2024, a Girl Scout had the opportunity to participate in all of these activities, which you can't see because the slide layout is off. It's apparently doesn't translate well from PowerPoint to Google Slides. But this is for calendar year 2024. So from January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, they had the opportunity to do all of these activities, which you can't see them all, but the ones that are not listed were our Sharpies camping trip, which was $70 per person, our Disney trip, which was $492 per person, the ice skating, which cost $7, and then the Halloween event, which was about $15 per person. So the total cost was $823 per Girl Scout. So again, participation is optional in the cookie program. However, by participating, it's paying for these activities so that that money does not have to come out of your pocket. Keep in mind that this $823 total is more than what it would normally be on an average year. We were, I should say, still spending our money from when we were stuck virtual and weren't allowed to do anything in person. So our bank account balance was way higher than it normally would be. But after everything we've done the last couple of years that is more expensive than the things we would normally do, our bank account balances back down to our pre-COVID levels. So going forward, it won't be quite as much that's being spent per Girl Scout, but it's, you know, whatever we do, the troop generally pays for it with cookie money. So it's still important to participate. So again, we won't be spending, you know, $800 per Girl Scout unless we have a really, really successful cookie season, which would be amazing. We'd have to sell an average of $800 or 800 packages per Girl Scout. Okay, so the theme this year is Embrace Possibility, and the mascot is Pearl the Panda. This is the same theme that we had for the Fall Product Program, for those that participated in that. So the majority of last minute communication is going to come through the Band app. So it's really important that you have notifications turned on Band so that you get an alert when a message is posted and you can see what it is. And just in case other things for the cookie program change, because like I said, the start date has already changed. So who's to say what's going to end up changing? It's really important that you're being kept up to date as possible, because we want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on so that, you know, everybody's complying with the rules and procedures and everything. Also, please make sure that you read all posts thoroughly, because sometimes it's long and there's multiple parts to it. So make sure you are fully reading it. On our troop website, there is a cookies page that has links to a lot of the resources that you'll need during the cookie program, and then just some information and cute things. And I'll show you that page a little bit later. All right, dates. So this is just an overview of the important dates during the cookie program. All of these are posted on our calendar, our Google Calendar, which does transfer over to Band. So you can see all of these dates on Band. Make sure that you are paying attention to cookie return and money due dates, because those are very important. Obviously, you need to make sure that all money is turned in no later than Wednesday, March 12th. Like, you should be turning in money regularly, but final money due date is Wednesday, March 12th. And then we'll talk about it more later, but final cookie return date is Monday, February 24th. So definitely pay attention to those dates. And then obviously the other important dates is digital cookie and opens and order taking starts on Wednesday, January 22nd. And then pickup days the 25th, and we can start selling and delivering cookies on the 26th. Girl Scouts can earn award pins for each year while working in connection with their family to grow their skills during the Girl Scout Cookie Program. So as mentioned earlier, the Girl Scout Cookie Program it's about more than cookies, and it's about more than money. Everyone's like, we earn money. Yes, but it's really about a lot more than that. It is a program. It does help the Girl Scouts develop important skills. So it really does give each Girl Scout that opportunity to learn those important life skills. So by actively involving your family in your Girl Scouts experience, you're going to make the benefits of the program so much more for them. So we highly encourage every Girl Scout to work with their family to earn the Cookie Entrepreneur pin for their level. The requirements can be found on our troop website. There's a link that takes you to the requirements by level. Please make sure that if your Girl Scout does that all requirements are completed and the proof of completion is submitted no later than Sunday, March 30th. So that is when that needs to be done by, is Sunday, March 30th. Again, this is something that they would do at home with their family. This is not something that we earn as a troop. Part of participating in the cookie program is making sure to know and follow all rules, procedures, policies, and guidelines. This is part of the business ethics skills that they're learning. So it is each Girl Scouts and their parents' responsibility to make sure that rules are being followed at all times. If a troop, any individual Girl Scout, a parent, or anybody basically related to a Girl Scout in any way is caught breaking rules or going against procedures, our council, Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles, may apply consequences, which could include taking away Girl Scouts rewards, taking away a Girl Scouts proceeds, or even our troop proceeds, taking away our right to booth, our opportunities for boothing. They could basically implement whatever kind of consequences they want for breaking rules. It's really important that you know the rules and follow the rules. If you're not 100% sure about something, please ask. That's what we're here for. Ask. That way we make sure that everybody is doing things the way they're supposed to and nobody is breaking any rules. Sometimes things are very confusing and you see somebody doing something that you think is not okay. Just ask, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, that's good, or no, that's not, and then we'll follow up with that. And then, of course, we remember the Girl Scout law. Girl Scouts are honest and fair, responsible for what they say and do. They respect authority, and they are a sister to every Girl Scout. Our founder, Juliet Lowe, said, right is right, even when nobody else is doing it. So the goal is to inspire compliance with the rules and equity for all Girl Scouts because it is the right thing to do. So two of the biggest issues every year are selling early. So that order taking deadline, I originally posted that it was Tuesday, January 14th, which is tomorrow, but that's been pushed back. So there's no order taking until next Wednesday, January 22nd. So even though most of your kids already have their order forms because they went home at the last two troop meetings, they cannot start taking any orders on those order cards until Wednesday, January 22nd. And then, of course, the site doesn't go live until then. And then once we receive the cookies on Saturday the 25th, they can't start delivering or selling cookies until the 26th. So that one of the biggest issues is selling early. And then the other one is selling where they are not supposed to. That is another big one. So we'll go over that more specifics of where it is okay to sell and not okay to sell a little bit later, but just keep in mind that is it important that we are sticking to those rules. All right, our cookies. So we're selling the same variety of cookies as last year. The Girl Scout s'mores and toffee-tastics are considered our specialty cookies. So they are $7 a package. All the others are $6 a package. There are 12 packages of cookies in each case of cookies. So the case is like the big box. There's 12, packages, which is like the smaller box inside a case. We do not use the term boxes. We say packages or cases. If you're talking about an individual container of cookies, that's a package, or the one with 12 inside is a case. The packaging of each cookie focuses on the go-getter, innovator, risk taker, and leader in every Girl Scout. There are two cookie bakers that produce cookies for Girl Scouts. There's ABC Bakers, and then our baker is Little Brownie Bakers. So those are the cookies that we sell. So keep in mind that the Toffee-tastics, that's our gluten-free cookie. They are actually one of the highest selling gluten-free cookies in the US. Like, I'm not talking Girl Scout gluten-free. I'm talking about gluten-free cookies overall. They are one of the top selling gluten-free cookies in the US. That's one of the ones at $7 a package. All Little Brownie Baker cookies contain no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors, and no trans fats. The 5 classic cookies are sold by both bakers, even though some of them have different names. So like what we call tagalongs, ABC Bakers calls peanut butter patties, and what we call do-si-dos, they call peanut butter sandwiches. So it's essentially the same cookie. The recipe is slightly different. In blind taste tests, people do actually like the Little Brownie Baker version better, which is ours. So they're the same cookies, but essentially, for the most part, the same cookie, but sometimes different names. The 6 cookie Adventureful is also sold by both councils. Now, the other ones are council specific. So we have lemon ups. ABC Bakers has lemon aids. Ours are a lemon sugar cookie with lemon icing. Theirs is a shortbread cookie with lemon frosting. Slightly different. You will get a lot of people asking for lemonades. Lemon ups are not the same thing. You might get people asking for toast yays, which is what they have instead of Girl Scout s'mores. It's a French toast inspired cookie. And then their gluten free is, I think it's called a trio. It's like a chocolate chip caramel something or other. So because we are so close to Orange County, which does use ABC Baker, you might get people asking for those other cookies a lot. The easiest answer is to just say not all Girl Scouts sell the same cookies and just drop it at that. If you want to go into more detail, you can. My coworkers probably know more about Girl Scout cookies than they ever thought there was to know because I talk about them at work all the time and they ask questions and I answer those questions. So they know a lot about Girl Scout cookies. But again, because Orange County sells ABC, but also so does San Bernardino and Riverside County. So basically everywhere close to us sells the other baker. And then just keep in mind that this is the last year for s'mores. So Girl Scouts should encourage their customers to stock up. My brother's very, very sad about that. He would love for all of you to sign his petition, although I don't think it's going to do any good because they're discontinuing s'mores because they're coming out with something new. So I don't think they're going to change their minds. All right, Cookies for Community. This was previously called Gift of Caring. It was rebranded about 3 or 4 years ago to kind of better reflect what it is that people are purchasing cookies that are being donated to community organizations. So this is benefiting other organizations because they're receiving cookies to use for, whatever we call it, operation they do, or whatever you want to call it. So the organizations are the LA Regional Food Bank, the Bob Hope USO at LAX, and Blue Star Mothers is an organization that works with families of soldiers overseas. And then Operation Gratitude is an organization that sends care packages to military overseas. This year, the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank and Operation Gratitude have both said that they're going to focus on using the cookies that Girl Scouts donates to them to benefit those who are affected by the fires. So that's just a little extra for this year. So Cookie for the Community donations are $6 a package. We never have to handle the cookies. We just collect the money. It goes into the system as a virtual sale, so to speak. And then our council takes care of delivering the cookies. If customers don't want to give a full $6, they don't have to. They can put in $1. They can put in $2. It doesn't matter. We add up all that money at the end and it all equals packages of cookies. People drop pennies in the can at the booth sells. Doesn't matter. We collect it all. I just add it all up at the end, roll up that change, deposit it in the bank, and it all transfers to packages of cookies. This is a good option for people who are on restricted diets. However, Girl Scouts should ask every customer if they would like to donate to Cookies for the Community. This is, the calorie-free, sugar-free, guilt-free, tax-deductible way to purchase Girl Scout cookies. There are receipts available for this since it is tax-deductible. You can download them from our troop site. And then there are specific rewards that Girl Scouts can earn for selling Cookies for the Community packages. So we do encourage them to set a specific Cookie for Community package goal. All right, so here are some of the numbers for Cookies for the Community from previous years. You might wonder why these years. The screen was getting too full to conclude every year, but we're looking at specific trends here. So from 2018 to 2019, we had the exact same number of Girl Scouts sold cookies. We did do a little bit more hours of booth sales, but not that many. But our packages of Cookies for Community almost doubled. And the reason why that is because in 2019, that was the year that our troop decided to start making a conscious effort to sell Cookies for the Community. That's when we said, hey, we want to focus on this. And we started training our Girl Scouts to ask every customer to donate to Cookies for Community, especially at booth sales. And so our donations went up a lot because we started asking a lot more. And then in 2021, you can see we had 0 booth sale hours because that was COVID year and we didn't do any booth sales. However, our per Girl Scout packages of Cookies for Community went up that year. And the reason for that is that was the year that the online system went live for customers being able to order and pay online. And when they go to that store to look and order from their Girl Scout, one of those options is Cookies for Community. So the customer saw it there, they're like, hey, that's cool, and they bought it. Again, so just because they're being asked, then they're more likely to say yes. But if they're not being asked, they don't even know that it's a thing that it exists. So obviously they're not going to donate to it. So the Girl Scouts just need to make sure that they're doing that ask. And then in 2023, we had another huge jump because again, we're pushing that more and more. We're training those Girl Scouts to ask every customer. And then last year, I don't think you can see it because it's blocked out, but our per Girl Scout average went up a little bit again. Well, in 2023, it went up partially too also because for shipped cookies, the cookies that are being shipped directly to the customers where they pay for shipping, that year for the first 6 weeks of the program, the only option for shipped cookies was Cookies for the Community because they were keeping all the actual flavored, like the actual physical boxes of cookies for us to have locally first because there was a shortage that year. And then so they weren't available to ship out until later. And so more people bought the Cookies for Community because it was the only option for people who were out of state. But again, they were asked to buy it and they did it. And people, if they're asked, they'll be more likely to do it. If you don't ask them, they're not going to do it. So you have to ask. And then last year, our per Girl Scout average went up again slightly. Our overall packages went down, but the average went up because we had less Girl Scouts selling. But we had 2 Girl Scouts last year that sold over 100 packages just themselves each. So you average this out to how many Girl Scouts we had selling, and most of the Girl Scouts in our troop are still not asking their customers to do Cookies for Community. Probably about half of our troop has 0 packages Cookies for Community sold each year. And those are the ones that are just not making that ask. So it's really important that they're asking every customer to donate to Cookies for Community. And even encourage them to set a specific goal for it. Okay, so as of right now, our cookie pickup time is unknown. Unfortunately, it's like a week and a half away at this point. It's getting kind of crazy that there is no schedule yet, but we do not know what time our pickup is, but we do at least have the location now. It's at Rebel Van Lines, which is the same warehouse we've used the previous 2 years. This is what our troop pickup order is. It is smaller than last year, only because we do have less Girl Scouts in our troop this year. We will need volunteers to help distribute cookies at the warehouse to the other troops. Each troop is responsible for providing 1 volunteer to help distribute. And since we have 2 troops, that means we need 2 volunteers at least. So any adult or anybody in high school, Girl Scout or not, high school age and older are welcome to help at the warehouse. They do not need to be a registered Girl Scout. The day generally starts about 7 a.m. and ends around noon, but it's broken up into 2 shifts. So you can sign up for a morning shift, like an early morning shift or a later morning shift. For our troop, we're going to be renting a U-Haul. However, we will still need a few large vehicles and plenty of labor, lots and lots of labor to help load cookies at the warehouse and unload them at my house. We're going to rent the U-Haul through Sunday. So some of the cookies will stay on the truck. Basically, what we'll do is once we pick up the cookies, we'll come back to my house. All of the cookies that are in any other vehicles will be unloaded first, and then we'll start unloading the U-Haul partially. Hopefully there will be people here to help with that. That was the plan that we made, and hopefully people stick to that. And then we'll leave some of them in there overnight, because when people pick up from me on Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning, then they could just pull them straight from the U-Haul, because that's, less that we have to carry in the house, and then just to bring back out because people are taking them. They'll just pull them straight from the U-Haul. And then Sunday early afternoon, we'll finish unloading the U-Haul, and then we'll do our Cookie Palooza event, which is where the troop gets together to go door to door so that the Girl Scouts get that opportunity to learn from each other. And again, when we're unloading the cars, when we're unloading the U-Haul, anyone is welcome to come. Girl Scout membership is not required, and there's not even an age limit. My nephews have been helping unload cookies since they were 3 years old. So anyone is welcome to help come as long as they're able to carry a case of cookies. Help unload. Okay, so even though Girl Scouts may not begin delivering or selling cookies until January 26th, we will have them for pickup starting on the afternoon of Saturday, January 25th. It is highly recommended that everyone round up whatever their online sales are. Now, because the online site will only be live for 3 days before pickup, I don't expect that people are going to have a huge amount of online sales this year, but that it's still a good jumping off point. So if you've sold 9 Adventurefuls online, I suggest you round up to that full case and just pick up the full even case of Adventurefuls. Honestly, on the first couple days, it's way easier just to pick up everything in full cases. Just round it up to the next case. The only thing I would not recommend rounding up is Toffee-Tastics, because you really cannot return any Toffee-Tastics to the troop, and they're gluten-free, so a lot of people don't buy them. Plus, they're $7 instead of $6, so they are more expensive. So I would not suggest rounding up your Toffee-Tastics for pickup, but every other cookie, that's the easiest way, is just to round up to the next full case. If your Girl Scout doesn't really have a lot of online sales, or you just really don't have any idea of what to pick up, this is kind of a good round inventory that we recommend people start with, which just so happens to equal $520, which $500 is the maximum that you can owe to the troop at any time if this is your first year selling with our troop. So it's 85 packages, about $500 is what is the maximum that you can owe to the troop. If you have sold cookies with our troop before, you can basically have double that. So about 15 cases, or about $1,000 worth of cookies. Keep in mind that no more than 6 cases of mixed cookies may be returned, and no more than 3 Toffee-Tastics can be returned. That's 3 packages of Toffee-Tastics, not 3 cases. So again, I would not recommend rounding up or picking up any extra Toffee-Tastics, because you can only return a maximum of 3. If you have any digital cookie orders to fill from online sales, that's going to come out of your first pickup. So when you plan your first pickup, make sure you're picking up everything you sold online, and then picking up any extra that you need for in-person orders if your Girl Scout wants to go door to door or do a residential stand or whatever that is. But that first pickup is going to include all of your digital orders so far, and then any extras you might need. But again, up to $500 owing the troop. Anything online is already paid for, so that doesn't count towards that $500 limit. I will only do one transaction for pickup. So when you come to my house, either Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning or Monday, whenever it happens to be for that first pickup, make sure you know exactly what you need. We're not going to pull an order, do a receipt, and then you'll be like, oh, wait, but I have these two. No, one transaction. So come to my house ready, knowing exactly what you are picking up total. If you're not sure, you can reach out to me in the days ahead. I will be home. I'll be off work and home and available on Thursday and Friday. I'll be moving furniture from my dining room to clear space for cookies. So I will be around. You can reach out and we can talk about it and figure out what exactly you want to pick up. That is not a conversation to have when you're at my house on Saturday. Those appointments are only 7 minutes, and that 7 minutes is not as long of a time as it seems like. So show up knowing exactly what you need. If the cookies are still on the U-Haul, you will likely be pulling your own order from the U-Haul. So be ready to jump up on there and pull off what you need. You'll basically stack it up on the wall outside my house. We'll count it, do a receipt, sign for it, all that good stuff. If my nephew is here helping, then he will likely help you pull your order for whatever reason he thinks it's fun. I'm not sure if my brother's going to let him come help this year, but if he is here, he will likely pull your order for you. But just in case, be ready to pull your own order. Once all the cookies are unloaded from the U-Haul on Sunday afternoon, then the pickups will be inside my house. Again, be prepared, know what you are picking up. If you need any extra cookies, add that into your pickup. I will not be collecting any money at all on Saturday. No money collection, because you shouldn't have any money to turn in, because money is collected when cookies are delivered, and you have not delivered any cookies yet. So you won't have any money to turn in. I won't be collecting any money on Saturday. But on Sunday, if you've gone out and delivered cookies and are coming back for more, you can turn in money. But because again, the appointments are only 7 minutes for more people to be able to get through, sign up for 2 pickup times on that Sunday if you need to turn in money. Past that Sunday, the pickup times are longer to adjust to allow for people to have time to turn in money. But on that first couple days, they're not. So if you do need to turn in money on Sunday, make sure you sign up for 2 pickup times. Okay, before we move on, does anybody have any questions so far? Let me see if I can pull up the chat box here. Oh, we do have some things in the chat box. Okay, good to know. Yeah, sometimes people know someone that really likes Toffee-tastic. I do not know anybody that likes Toffee-tastic. Okay, rewards and proceeds. So what does our troop get? What does your Girl Scout get? So this year, the initial order reward is a panda charm. This will hang from their participation pats that they earn. Girl Scouts who actively assist with cookie pickup and or unloading, or have an adult from their family who assist with pickup and or unloading, or attend our Cookie Palooza event on Sunday, January 26th, will earn that panda charm. We'll also be having a pizza party after Cookie Palooza, so if they like pizza, they can come to Cookie Palooza. The charm will be received with their other cookie rewards. This year, the troop per Girl Scout average rewards have been slightly updated. The numbers have gone up a little bit. If we average 290 packages per Girl Scout, we get an extra $15 per selling Girl Scout. So if 10 Girl Scouts sell, we sell 2,900 packages of cookies, then we would get an extra $150. And then if we sell an average of 355 packages per Girl Scout, then each Girl Scout gets a Samoa's blanket. That's what that weird looking Samoa thing is. It's actually a Samoa's shaped blanket. And then if we average 400 per Girl Scout, we get another $10. So it would be $25 total. All rewards are cumulative. So if we average 400 packages per Girl Scout, we get the $15, the blanket for every Girl Scout who sold, and the $10. A lot of times one troop will reach all three and the other one, both of our troops usually reach the lowest one. But the last year we did really good. We had a really good per Girl Scout average. So both troops actually reached all 3 of those per Girl Scout averages. I got 4. I got what? Did I pick up 6 Girl Scout Easy Ups to show that? Because that was the item reward last year, was a Girl Scout Easy Up. I only kept 2 of them. I gave the other 4 away. All right. So by participating in the program, if they sell at least 24 packages, Girl Scouts earn that participation patch. That's the one with the little danglies because there's other charms that they can hang from there. There's an email charm that they get for using Digital Cookie and sending out 18 valid emails. And then the Cookie for Community charm for selling 12 packages of cookies for community. There's a number charm at the highest reward level of cookies sold starting at 170. So all of these rewards again are cumulative. So if your Girl Scout sells, let's see, 725 packages. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably not going to show up. But anyway, 725 is a bento box. If they sell that, they get the rocker that says 725, since that's a reward level, and then all of the rewards from 725 down. So that's all cumulative. There is a combo patch from Fall Product Program that's combined with cookies. Now, in order for your Girl Scout to earn that, they would have had to have met the requirements for the Fall Product Program. So if they did not participate in the Fall Product Program, there's nothing that they can go back to earn that patch. It is a combo patch, so it is only received if they participated in the Fall Product Program. They had to send 18 emails, create that avatar, and sold $250 in product, and then also sell 295 cookies. So if they didn't do the fall product, there's no way for them to earn that customized avatar patch. That. So every year, 2 of the most desirable rewards are the t-shirt and the stuffed animal. I'm not a fan of the t-shirt this year just because I hate the color red, but it is what it is. All of the rewards can be seen on the order cards that the Girl Scouts received. I also posted a picture of it a while back, but I could post it again if anybody wants. You can find it on our council website as well. So there's lots of places to see what the different rewards are. Okay, so there are specific rewards for Digital Cookie and Cookies for Community. So Cookies for Community, if they sell 12, they get that little charm. If they sell 50, they get the panda necklace. And if they sell 100, they get the panda stationery set. A lot of the Girl Scouts this year were saying that stationery set is super cute. I agree. 100 Cookies for Community is definitely doable. We had 2 Girl Scouts do it last year, and one of those has actually done it the last 3 or 4 years. So it's definitely doable, but it is definitely a challenge. And then that zipper pouch, Girl Scouts sell for reaching 225 packages of cookies online. So that's using the Digital Cookie site. That means that the customer received the link either through social media, text, or email. They clicked on the link, they went to the store, they purchased their cookies, they chose either shipping or girl delivery. And if girl delivery, then your Girl Scout delivers them to them. And if that totals 225, that's how they earn that patch. There is a take a customer payment feature in Digital Cookie where you can be in person and a customer doesn't have cash, you can take a credit card for them. It uses Digital Cookie site to take the credit card. However, that does not count as an online sale because that was an in-person transaction and the site is just acting as the credit card, the point of sale. It's not an actual online sale, so that wouldn't count towards that 225. That's something that people always have questions about every year. Okay, so there are some reward levels where there is an option that the Girl Scouts will make of what reward they want. For the most part, it's the levels that are an event. So at 550, which is our Smart Cookie Club, they get the choice of going to the Hurricane Harbor event, which is where it's Girl Scout only. It's private event. It's not open to the public. Or they can choose that Stanley Cup, or they can choose to have a donation made to the San Diego Zoo. They can receive troop money, which would just be money back to our troop that would be spent like all other cookie money. It does not go to your Girl Scout directly. Or they can get program credit is an option as well. The other reward levels that there is a choice is at 115. The reward is a pair of sunglasses. If they don't want the sunglasses, they can choose for a donation to be made to the San Diego Zoo instead. And then also at the 950 reward level, at the 725. So at the 725 reward level, if they don't want the bento box, they can do the donation to the San Diego Zoo. Now, if they do choose program credit instead of one of those events, because the thing is about the events are great. They're all awesome. I've actually been to the Smart Cookie Club probably the last 10, 12 years or so. Great, awesome event. I've been to the Sweet Elite once. Oh, those numbers didn't can't change. That should say 550 and 1250. Man, that's funny. This is the fourth time I've done that. I did not notice those numbers didn't get changed. I've been to the Sweet Elite before, great event. I've been to the 1500 event before, or no, I have not been to 15. I've been to the 2000 event before. They're all great events, but it's only one day that you, and if you're not available that day, then you got to pick something else. So you're either picking that donation, troop money, the physical item, whatever it is at that level, or program credit. Now, program credit is basically a gift card that can be used in our council. So it can be used at the shop. It can be used to pay for membership fees. It can be used to pay for camp or other programs, but only within GSGLA. You can't use it on the online shop. You can't use it to pay for camp or program in Orange County. It's only Greater Los Angeles. And if your Girl Scout does pick that program credit, you will receive detailed instructions on how to use it. Okay, now this is a reward that is unique to our troop. This is something that our troop offers, our Girl Scout Night Out. It'll be held on Friday, March 21st. The movie will very likely be the live action Snow White because that is the release date for that movie. So it'll probably be the only family-friendly movie playing at the time because they usually only have one in theaters at a time. We'll go to dinner at Cheesecake Factory and then to the movie. So in order to earn this reward, Girl Scouts must sell at least 225 packages of cookies. So that's the minimum number they must sell. That's just to make sure that we're getting enough to support all basic troop functions and then enough to pay for the event itself. And then they must also earn all 3 charms. This is basically to show that they are a well-rounded Girl Scout cookie seller. So they're that online charm, so they're using digital cookie, that cookies for community charm because they're out there selling that 10th variety of cookie, that cookies for community and pushing that, and then the starting inventory charm to show that they were there and they stepped up that first weekend to either help with cookie loading or unloading or to, work together as a team at Cookie Palooza to help those newer Girl Scouts learn how to sell, or if they are a newer Girl Scout, to take that opportunity to learn from their fellow Girl Scouts how to sell. Okay, we'll stop again. Let me check the chat box, see if we have any questions. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask at any time. Selling cookies. So our council utilizes what is known as a modified direct sale format, which means that our troop has already placed our initial order that was placed actually back in December. And we will have cookies ready to start selling and delivering on Sunday, January 26th. Girl Scouts can use Digital Cookie to begin taking orders online starting January 22nd. They may also text, call, and email customers to directly take orders if their customers prefer not to pay online or take in-person orders starting January 22nd. So they can take orders starting the 22nd, but there is no delivering or no selling directly with cookies until Sunday, January 26th. Girl Scouts may also notify their friends and family of the program start date in advance. So right now, they can let their family know, hey, cookies are coming, but they can't start taking any orders yet. Starting January 26th, Girl Scouts may sell cookies in person or online while observing all health and safety guidelines. Girl Scouts may sell cookies via email, social media, and digital cookie to people they personally know, and through social media such as Facebook posts, no Craigslist, no Amazon sales, no Facebook Marketplace. There is no accepting payments online at all except through digital cookie. So digital cookie, yes. All other online payments, no. That includes things like Venmo and Zelle. They cannot take payment through Venmo or Zelle. Residential walkabouts, which are door-to-door sales, are permitted in residential neighborhoods within our council's boundaries only. Our council is essentially all of Los Angeles County. So basically, if you're within LA County, you're pretty much good to go. Door-to-door sales, residential only. So walking through people's neighborhoods with houses, apartments, condos, or public parks are considered residential. Public parks are considered residential, but only if city ordinances allow. As far as I know, Lakewood and Long Beach both say no. But if wherever you happen to live says yes, then public parks are considered residential. However, schools are considered commercial property. So you cannot do a walkabout with a wagon through a school. You cannot set up a cookie stand in front of a school. Churches are considered commercial. So you can't walk with a wagon by a church, through a mall, through a parking lot. You can't stand up a stand at a church. in a mall, in a parking lot, or at any store without going through the proper channels. So you can do what's called a special booth, which is a one-time opportunity at a school, at a church, as long as we have received the appropriate approval, which is from the location itself, but also from Girl Scouts. So it's a dual approval process. College campuses are also considered commercial. Even the living areas on a college campus are considered commercial. Girl Scouts may set up lemonade type stands on a property where they or someone they know lives on the property. So not down on the grass by the street, not down the street on the corner. I live on a corner, but when we're in my yard, we're up on the elevated part of my yard, not down on the actual corner. You have to be on private property. If they live in an apartment building that has a common area, they can sell there as long as they get permission from the property management, but it has to be on that common area, the private property of the apartment building, not out in front of the apartment building on the street. Again, within Los Angeles County only. No Ventura, no Orange County, no San Diego, no San Bernardino, only within LA County. They can ask sports coaches, teachers, neighbors, and more. They can telephone, text friends, family. They can sell at your workplace if your workplace allows it, either directly. You can take your kid to work with you if your work allows it, or they can write a note or make a video for your coworkers asking them to buy. But the Girl Scouts should be asking. So if they can't go with you, they should write a note or make a video. And then you would just be responsible for delivering the cookies in those situations. Did you have a question? I see your hand raised.
Yeah, can you repeat the part or go over the part about a church? Because our church is like super small and they kind of just expect her to set up a table. And so that's okay if with permission or it's not because it's commercial.
So it's commercial, so it would be considered a special booth. So the
Oh,
church, there's paperwork that has to be filled out, and like basically the church approves it, and then we submit it to our cookie people to approve it too. But yes, it
okay.
has
Not
to
an
be
issue.
approved.
It usually does get approved, but they have to have it on file for insurance
Yeah, because
purposes.
otherwise, if there's another Girl Scout could be like, "Hey, I saw this Girl Scout selling here," and they could check, and if it wasn't approved sale, like it could lead to trouble.
Okay, but
Heather, you didn't. I'm sorry. Go
asking
ahead.
asking like our church members to buy cookies or whatever, that's not technically like a booth, right? Or
Right. So she could
okay.
ask the people directly, but she can't set up a table in front of the church. And she couldn't be
Oh,
walking, and she couldn't
it's
walk through the
inside.
church. She couldn't walk through the church with a wagon. The
Okay.
people that she knows
Or
at
set up
church.
the trunk of your car in the parking lot. That would
Right.
technically be not all right. Heather, you mentioned it's okay to sell in your workplace, but not you did not mention that you can't sell to the customers. Or did you?
Nope, I haven't gone to that yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think it's the next slide.
Oh, okay.
After. Maybe not. Maybe I skipped it. I probably skipped it. We'll go back. So, workplace sales, employees only. So like if you work in a doctor's office, for example, like say you're the receptionist, you could sell to your coworkers, the nurses in the office, the doctors in the office, but you can't sell to the patients because the patients would be considered customers, and you could only sell to the employees, to your coworkers. So like I work at Disneyland, I can sell to my coworkers, but I can't sell to the guests visiting Disneyland. That's also one of the exceptions to selling within our council. Obviously, Disneyland is not in Los Angeles County, but if I'm selling to my coworkers, those are people that I personally know, so that is okay. But you couldn't sell, like you couldn't go door to door in an Orange County neighborhood or set up a special booth in an Orange County neighborhood. You can only sell to people that you actually know outside of Greater Los Angeles.
Or set up like a set of cookies on the counter at your workplace trying to sell to the people walking in the door. No.
One of the biggest issues is there's a restaurant on Woodruff and South called Mikasa, and the owner of it has a niece that sells Girl Scout cookies for Orange County. And so he takes cookies from her and like sets them on the counter in the restaurant for customers to buy. 100% not allowed. It is a battle between him and our Girl Scout Council every year because he continues to do it and they keep telling him that he is not allowed to do it. Girl Scout cookies are not labeled for resale. So, but that's an example, that's selling to the customers. That's not selling to the employees. So that would have to be considered like a booth sale, and the Girl Scout would have to be there set up outside of the store doing the selling. Okay, safety. So safety is always our number one priority in Girl Scouts. Everyone should follow all documented safety rules found in the Greater Cookie Family Guide, which you should have received through mail, or you should receive this week. I believe they're mailing them out. If you don't receive it for any reason, there is a digital copy on the council website, but every registered Girl Scout receives that in the mail in January. Follow all rules and safety activity checkpoints and volunteer essentials, both of which can be found on our troop website and our council website. Money should be collected when the product is delivered if the cookies were not ordered online, because if they're ordered online, they pay when they order, but otherwise collect when they are delivered. Make sure you have a plan for keeping money safe. Do not carry large amounts of cash with you when you are selling, and turn in money to the troop as frequently as possible. Be cautious of using the internet. Money cannot be collected online except using Digital Cookie. We will not be accepting credit cards except through Digital Cookie. Our council covers all the fees, all the credit card fees when we use Digital Cookie. So that's why we use it for taking credit cards. Even though it's a pain, we use it because council covers the fees. Girl Scouts can use Digital Cookie and can post on social media sites and send emails to people that they know. No matter what age a Girl Scout is, adult supervision is required at all times when they are selling cookies. Adult supervising Girl Scouts should be off of their phones and monitoring the situation for safety constantly. Girl Scouts received a cookie order card either yesterday or last week if they were at either one of those meetings. If they were not at either of those meetings, you can reach out to me to get an order card before order taking starts on the 22nd. Otherwise, if you don't mind waiting, you'll just get it when you pick up your cookies. They can use the order card to track customer orders received through email, phone, or in person starting January 22nd. They can use it to track contact information for callbacks for future sales. They can use it to keep track of the cookies that they've picked up. It really doesn't matter. They can use the order card for whatever they want. It contains cookie types, pricing, and nutrition information. Cookie program rewards are displayed on the back for reference as well. They only give us one order card per Girl Scout. So if you want extra, you can make a copy of it before you start using it. Once we start actually selling, some people don't ever bother to pick up an order card, so we will end up with extras on hand. But as of now, it's only one per person. You might want to make sure to take, if you are using your order card for sales, you might want to take a picture of it in case it gets lost so that you still have a record of those sales if they have not been delivered yet. Okay, Digital Cookie. Parents will receive a login email on January 22nd. Girl Scouts will create their avatar and email their customers starting on that January 22nd. Girl Scouts can use Digital Cookie throughout the sale. They can set up a storefront. They're going to email their family and friends. They can upload a video. Girl Scouts who upload videos have better sales. They can it allows tracking of online sales only. Anything they sell in person is not tracked through there. Anything they take a customer payment for is not tracked on there. It's only the actual online sales through the site that are tracked. They can turn off varieties of cookies if they no longer have them on hand and they don't want to pick up more. Starting February 7th, they can now send personalized thank you cards to customers. So there used to be a generic thank you message that went out. They can now personalize that thank you message. That's new this year. Digital Cookie is online orders for shipment. Customers pay the shipping. It is very expensive. Or Girl Scout delivery. If they choose Girl Scout delivery, your Girl Scout is responsible for delivering those cookies. They can share their troop links, their Girl Scout, their site links with their family and friends, and encourage their family and friends to share it with their friends as well. But be careful, because if they end up sharing that link far and wide and you get Girl Scout delivered orders, you are responsible for delivering those orders. So just be careful with how much and where all that link is shared. Using Digital Cookie for Girl Scout delivery sales is a great way to reduce money handling and making the cookie program as contact-free as possible. Parents are responsible for tracking all orders and deliveries. On the site, you can mark off when orders are delivered, so that'll help you keep track of it. We will eventually have a Troop link that we'll use for taking credit cards at booths. Online marketing. So again, they can post on public social media sites. They could post where the Troop is boothing. They could post a video and include their digital cookie link, and they can ask customers to share their cookie link with family and friends. They may not post on resale sites. So regular Facebook, yes. Facebook Marketplace, no. They may not post on not kid-friendly sites. So something like a crime watch page where you wouldn't really want your kid to be on that site, they shouldn't be posting their cookie link on that site either. They can not post where an individual Girl Scout is boothing. So Troop 3433 will be at Vaughn's on Saturday from 11 to 3 is okay. Emily will be at Vaughn's on Saturday from 11 to 1, not okay, because you don't want to be calling out individual Girl Scouts and their location. That's considered a safety issue. They cannot post any personal information, no phone number, no email address, no home address, not where they go to school, anything like that. And they should definitely not be direct messaging anyone on social media that they do not personally know. Cookies should be available throughout the cookie program. However, towards the end especially, but maybe starting about halfway through and then especially towards the end, we might have limited stock on hand. So it's really important that you submit your order for what you want to pick up as far in advance as possible so that I can make sure I have those cookies available for you. The schedule for the first week has been set. Additional pickup times and days will be added throughout the cookie program. I basically have to know what my work schedule is going to be before I can submit, before I can schedule pickup times and what our booth sale schedule is going to be too. It is important that you submit a cookie order through the Google form as much in advance as possible. This is basically starting like the Friday of the first week. So what is that? January 31st. So the first couple of days, you do not need to use the Google form to put in a cookie order because you're going to be pulling your own order out of the U-Haul. So I don't need to know in advance what you're picking up. The other beyond that point, I need to know in advance what you're picking up so I can A, make sure I have it on hand, and B, try to get it ready for you ahead of time if at all possible. The cupboard where our Troop picks up cookies is open Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoons, and Sunday mornings this year. We are required to make an appointment for pickup 48 hours in advance. So if I'm picking up cookies on a Friday at 4, I have to make that appointment and put in that order by Wednesday at 4. And so it's important that you get your order to me as soon as possible so that I can get the order in to make sure that we have your cookies on hand. If you do schedule a pickup appointment and you put your order in there and for any reason I will not have those cookies at the scheduled time of your appointment, I'll let you know, hey, just FYI, I'm not going to have those cookies at that time. Pickups will take place outside while the cookies are in the U-Haul, and then once they're unloaded, then obviously we'll be inside my house. You may arrive for a pickup while a previous person is still kind of here getting checked out. You're welcome to go ahead and start pulling your order. Just set it off to the side somewhere where it's not getting mixed up with somebody else's order for faster processing rather than waiting until the person in front of you is completely done and then pulling your order. If you're pulling it, while I'm still working on their receipt or whatever, then you'll be able to get out of here faster. Whenever you're picking up cookies, double check the count and always get a receipt. Make sure you double count money. Count money before you turn it into me, please. Know what you're turning in. I'm going to count it, but you need to count it too because mistakes are made and we want to both get the same number. So make sure you're counting money. Always be turning in money when you're picking up cookies. We're going to talk more about the process for turning in money in a few minutes, but you cannot be picking up additional cookies if you're not regularly turning in money. So money should all be turned in as soon as possible. Okay, cookies, returns, and exchanges. For those of you who have sold with our Troop previously, this policy changed a lot this year. This was probably one of the biggest changes we had to the way we're doing cookies this year. We want you all to feel comfortable taking cookies to sell without worrying about getting stuck paying for them. So you're allowed to return cookies within certain parameters because we also don't want our Troop to get stuck with them because we cannot return cookies. We can exchange within very specific limitations, but we cannot return anything, and we don't want to get stuck with stuff. So that's why this policy was updated this year, because we've had incidences in the past where people are just returning way more cookies than they should be. There's no reason why they need to be picking up as much as they are and then returning half of it. So the biggest change this year is that you cannot return any more than 3 packages total of Toffee Tastics. No more than 3 packages total of Toffee Tastics. So do not pick up a case of Toffee Tastics unless that case is basically already sold, because you will not be able to return that case of Toffee Tastics to me. So then on or before Monday, February 24th, Girl Scouts may exchange cookies on an unlimited basis, with the exception of no more than 3 Toffee Tastics. Also on or before Monday, February 24th, Girl Scouts may return up to 6 mixed cases of cookies with no more than 12 packages of any variety. So they can return 11 Thin Mints and 9 Samoas and 12 Trefoils and 4 Do-si-dos and 8 Adventurefuls, as long as it does not total more than 6 cases, which is 72 packages, and no more than 12 of any one. So they can't return 14 Thin Mints. The most they could return would be 12 Thin Mints. Hopefully that makes sense. And then after Monday, February 24th, you have 1 additional week for exchanges, but at that time, exchanges are only factory sealed cases, because that is what we are allowed to exchange at the cupboard, is factory sealed cases. I don't imagine very many people are going to have factory sealed cases to exchange, but if you do, that can happen up until Sunday, March 2nd. Keep in mind that 80% of the product is going to move in the first 2 weeks. So by February 7th, which is basically 2 weeks into the program, 80% of your product should be gone. If it's not, you really need to consider to start returning stuff, because 80% of the sales are going to happen in the first 2 weeks.
And also, that's when boothing starts, right? So a lot of your direct sales are going to.
That's why the 80% of the sales happen in the first 2 weeks.
Exactly, but I'm
once
mentioning
boothing starts, the sales that you're making directly to your customers are going to die down, because a lot of them are getting them in front of the stores. Not to say that grandma's not going to come back and buy more cookies, but your direct sales are going to die down a lot. And then money for half of what you picked up is due by February 24th, or again, you need to start returning cookies. Please be considerate of the fact that the troop cannot return cookies. So anything you return, we're going to have to sell. So if you have a lot of stuff, please start returning sooner rather than later. Damaged cookies can be exchanged at any time. There's been instances where like boxes aren't sealed all the way. There's nothing inside the box. Like boxes are weirdly packaged and like the packaging is sticking out, and you can see, I've seen some very strange things over the years. So those can be exchanged anytime, package for package. However, melted cookies are not considered damaged. So if you leave the cookies in your car and they melt, that's on you. That is your responsibility. That cannot be exchanged to the troop. You are responsible for the integrity of the cookies in your care. Okay, sisters selling. I don't think we have anyone on here that has more than 1 child in the troop. We do not. So we're going to skip that. A contest. So every year there's contests that our council holds. They have not posted any contest info yet this year, but when they do, it'll be on our council website. Our troop actually did win one of those contests one year. The Deck Out Your Delivery used to be called the Cookie Mobile Contest, or the Mobile Cookie Contest. And we did win that the very first year that they did it. One of our Girl Scouts won it. She lived right up the street from me. I mean, she's 22 now. She just graduated from college, so that was a while ago. All right, boothing basics. Hold on, which packet am I in now? Sorry, my packet was too thick to staple all in one, so I've got 3 different packets here I'm working with. Okay, so our troop sold over 4,000 packages of cookies last year at booth sales. So that was an average of 11.5 packages per Girl Scout per hour worked. Booths are just one way that our troop boosts our cookie sales. Of course, Girl Scouts are not required to participate in booth sales. This is 100% optional. It is not a requirement. It is an opportunity for them to increase their sales, but it is not something that is required. You should absolutely not force your Girl Scout to do booth sales if they do not want to, because it will not be a positive experience for you, for the Girl Scout, and probably not present a very good public image of Girl Scouts if your child is laying on the floor whining that they do not want to be there. These are things that I have seen before. So please do not force your child to do booth sales if they do not want to. This is something that is an opportunity only if they want to help them increase their sales. If you sign your Girl Scout up for a booth, you or another adult designated by you will need to be there to supervise them. There's a minimum of 2 adults required at every booth sale, unless all Girl Scouts present are in high school. So there's basically, we have 6 kids in our troop that are in high school. So if any of those 6 kids are selling 2 at a time, they can have 1 adult. But that does not apply to anybody on here, and that does not apply to 90% of our troop. So 2 adults at all times at booth sales. There should also be 2 Girl Scouts at a door at all times. There might be instances where we might have an older Girl Scout selling 1 by themselves just because there wasn't enough people signed up. But daisies, brownies, and juniors, there should always at least be 2 and no more than 2, because then they start to play around. So 2 is the maximum, 2 is the minimum, 2 is basically the only number we want selling at a door. Keep in mind that boothing is a privilege that can be taken away from us by either the site that's hosting us or our council if Girl Scouts are not behaving appropriately. Girl Scouts and adults should always respect each other and the host business. Girl Scouts should uphold the promise in law at all times. Customers should be approached on the way out of the store so that we're not taking away business from the store. Girl Scouts should always smile and say thank you, even if a customer says no. Adults should take all trash with them when their Girl Scout shift is over. We don't want to be filling up a business's trash cans with our trash. Remember, when selling in front of stores, you are the face of Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts should always be in their full official uniforms, on their best behavior. If any conflicts or problems arise, please try to handle them away from customers and away from the Girl Scouts. Be respectful and considerate at all times. Reach out to me if you have issues that you need assistance with. If you come across Girl Scouts from outside of Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles selling, like they have a uniform that says Orange County on it, try to get a troop number if possible, and then let me know so that we can notify the proper people. If you are the first shift selling for the day, so if our troop will be somewhere from 10 to 4 and you are selling at 10 o'clock, one of the Girl Scouts at least is responsible for going inside of the store, talking to the manager and asking where they want us to set up. And if you are the last shift selling for the day, one of the Girl Scouts is responsible for going into the store and thanking the manager for allowing us to sell. And then remember, you cannot set up a booth in front of any business without going through the proper channels, and churches and schools are both considered commercial. All boothing is broken down into 1-hour shifts. Parents should use discretion when signing up their Girl Scout for a shift. Do not sign up your Girl Scout for more than they can handle. Brownies and daisies cannot sell after 6 p.m. Once again, brownies and daisies cannot sell after 6 p.m. Daisies can only sell 1 hour at a time. Full official uniform is required. All booths must be approved, must go through our sign-up page. Girl Scouts cannot set up on the spot without approval from our service unit and our council. Contact me if you need approval for a special booth. There's paperwork on our troop website. Girl Scouts will receive credit for troop booth sales on an hourly averaged based on what is sold for the entire sale. So we add up all the packages sold at booths for the entire sale, and then we add up all the hours that were worked for the entire sale, and we average it out. It's usually about 11 packages per hour. Parents may not accept payments into their personal PayPal or Venmo accounts. Girl Scouts and adults should be prepared with a full reusable water bottle at booth sales, but there is no eating permitted. Girl Scouts must stand and sell. Parents may sit if they wish. There is no non-cookie tag-alongs, so that means no younger siblings, no older siblings, no same-age siblings, no siblings of any kind. The Girl Scout who is selling and their supervising adult, no extra adults should be hanging around either. All signups will be through our signup.com. Signups are going to start on January 19th at 7 p.m. We will not have our full list of booths at that point, because at that point we've only signed up for like maybe 8 booths per troop, I think it is, or 9 possibly. So there won't be a lot on there. So everyone can only probably sign up for like 2 hours. I haven't decided how much it'll be yet. So more booths will come throughout, because we sign up in shifts. So I'm trying to give people an opportunity to sign up earlier rather than later. So I'm opening it earlier than normal, but because of that, there's going to be less booths available when I opened it. This is talking about special booths again, which we already talked about. So we're going to skip that. In my front yard, we'll be doing the stand again that first Sunday from 9 to, I think I actually put it 9 to 2 to 12 is what I scheduled in there because that one's already scheduled. And then the first Monday, the first Friday, and then that next Saturday and Sunday. So that's just like our regular booth. You sign up, you bring your kid, all the stuff will be there, that kind of thing. It's just an opportunity for us to have more booth sale hours in there. It doesn't do great, but it does okay. When selling at booth sales, Girl Scouts should know how to approach customers with their cookie pitch. We have been practicing at troop meetings, but extra practice never hurts. Girl Scouts should be familiar with the cookies. Parents should hold the money. If you have a responsible, super responsible child that's cadet or older, it's up to you if you want to let them wear the money apron, but it's really just better if an adult does it. Proper behavior should be enforced at all times. Singing and cookie dances are okay as long as customers are not being annoyed or inconvenienced. So entrances should not be blocked. They should not be bumping into customers. Girl Scouts should encourage customers to donate to the Cookies for Community program. And they should be able to tell their customers what our troop is doing with the money. If your Girl Scout has committed to a booth, they need to arrive on time. Make sure your Girl Scout and their supervising adult are prepared to stay and work their entire shift. Work with your Girl Scout to practice selling and strategies and how to improve their cookie pitch. So like cookies are $6 or 5 for $30, except for these two, which are $7. A lot of times customers will choose to round up if they pay, if they say they order 3 boxes of $7 cookies and they pay $30, they say, oh, you can get one more. Or would you like to donate your change to Gift for Caring? And then again, we'll be taking credit cards using the take a customer payment feature in Digital Cookie. Okay, money. Keep money safe at all times. Someone breaks into your house and steals the cookie money. I'm very sorry that happened to you, but unfortunately, you still need to pay the troop. So do not keep large amounts of money in your house. Your homeowner's insurance, I can pretty much guarantee, will not cover it because the homeowner's insurance only covers like, I think $100 in cash or something. I looked it up because I was curious. It would depend on your policy, obviously, but homeowner's insurance does not cover large amounts of cash, and you will still need to owe the troop. So again, I'm sorry if that happens. I obviously hope that does not happen to anybody, but it has happened in the past, and you still owe that money to the troop. So please make sure you're keeping the money safe. If you are taking a check, it should be made out to Girl Scouts Greater LA troop, and then whatever troop your Girl Scout is in. You may deposit cookie money into your account and Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle the troop, but you cannot accept payments through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle unless it's going directly into the troop account, and that would be difficult because you would have to have our troop account login information. Girl Scouts should collect money when delivering cookies, except, obviously if it was a digital cookie sale. Encourage your Girl Scouts to help count and keep track of cookie money, but ultimately it is the parent's responsibility to make sure all cookie money is turned in. Always sign a receipt when picking up cookies or turning in money. Keep accurate records of cookies that you've taken and money you have turned in. If you have sold with our troop before, you may have about $1,000 of cookies, which is about 15 cases that are unpaid for. If this is your first year selling, it's about 7 cases or $500. So please plan accordingly. If you need to pick up additional cookies, you need to be turning in money as well. Even if you are not picking up extra cookies, you should be turning in money as frequently as possible. At least half the money is due by Monday, February 24th, and then all final money is due by Wednesday, March 12th, which is Girl Scout's birthday. Counterfeit bills. Do not accept 50s or hundreds at booth sales. I say this every year, and every year we accept them. Knock on wood. We've never had a fake, but if we did, that would be a huge, huge hit to the troop. So it's just really better not to do it. Ask the customer if they have a smaller bill. Check $20 bills. They are the most commonly counterfeited. When a customer pays with a 20, hold it up to the light. Make sure it's got that security strip. Check for the holograms. Check to make sure it's legit. If it doesn't look legit, ask the customer if they have a different bill. We don't want to get hit. We really haven't been hit with counterfeit bills very often, but we definitely don't want to. Even if you're collecting from friends and family, check the bills because they might have a counterfeit bill and not know it's counterfeit, but I'm going to check it when you turn it into me. And if it's fake, I'm not going to accept it. So you don't want to take that hit either. So make sure you're checking bills when people are turning them into you. Okay, we're almost done here, guys. We're in the home stretch. If you have any questions, now's a good time to start typing them in. There are 5 steps to ensuring your Girl Scout has a successful cookie season this year. First, we've worked together to set a group goal of how many cookie packages we would like to sell, as well as what we will do with the money. Each Girl Scout will set their own personal goal if they haven't already. Their personal goal could be based on a desire to sell more than they sold last year, a particular reward they would like to earn, our troop product program reward policy, or really whatever they want to base it on. As a supportive adult, that's 1 and 2 is to set goals. Number 3, as a supportive adult, it's your job to learn what you can about the cookie program and support your Girl Scout in whatever way safely possible. Help your Girl Scout set up their digital cookie site, encourage them to call and text family and friends, set up a virtual meeting with your coworkers to ask them to buy, be available to take them to booth sales or support them really in any way that you can. It's also important that all Girl Scouts and their families in our troop help and support each other. Be open to encouraging newer Girl Scouts in their sales and answer questions if parents have them. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So it really is about working together to see how much further we can go with the cookie program. This is not an individual contest to see who can do the best. This is working together to see how far everyone can go together. So if we all do work together as a team, we can also do so much more. And then number 4, even though our family and friends are a great place to start, Girl Scouts who reach beyond that have the potential to go so much further. Have your Girl Scout ask your coworkers, sports teams, neighbors, teachers, and more. And then lastly, number 5, have your Girl Scout keep an accurate count of the packages they've sold. Celebrate small and big successes along the way to encourage them to keep going. Resources available to you. Our council website has some good cookie info. Little Brownie Bakers, our baker, they've got cute little digital images. They've got activities, crafts they can make for things for selling cookies, all that good stuff. And then, of course, our troop website has lots of resources that you will need during the cookie program. So I'll show you that in a minute. And then the cookie family guide we already talked about. It is available digitally at that link there, or it will be mailed to you. You should be receiving it shortly if you have not received it yet. There is cookie merchandise available for purchase in our council shop. I honestly have not been to the shop yet this cookie season, so I don't know if they still have this stuff on hand because they do tend to sell out rather quickly. We do have a small number of extra tablecloths and signs. If you want to borrow, it'll be on a first come, first serve kind of basis because we don't have enough for everybody, but we will have some available for borrowing for people who would like to borrow. Rewards should arrive sometime in August or September. Please pick up your rewards as soon as they become available. I really do not want to have to hold on to your cookie rewards forever. I still have people's cookie rewards from this last year. Actually, I have cookie rewards probably from 3 years ago somewhere. I really just don't have the space to hold on to the extra stuff. If your Girl Scout gets a reward and she really doesn't want it, especially the older ones, like they don't necessarily care about that stuff, they can turn it back into the troop to get in exchange for Girl Scout bucks, and then those extra items will be sold in our Girl Scout Bucks store. Make sure you take the quiz. Even though you attended this meeting, everyone's required to take the quiz. That is the link there. And then do we have any other questions? I'm not seeing anything in the chat right now. So type in your questions if you have them. I'm going to show you our website really quick. So if you go to our website, girlscoutpolarbears.org, and then click on, if you hover over here for Cookies Plus, there's a link to all the cookie program dates. I have not changed the orders taking starts date yet. I kind of forgot that was there, so I need to update that. But all these other dates should be accurate. And then if you click on the actual Cookies Plus, this is all the links to things that you should need during the cookie program. So this is where you go to schedule a pickup appointment. As I said already, the schedule is already set. There should be a way to look at this by the month. It's interesting. All the schedule is already set for the first week. So through Saturday, February 1st, I believe there's appointments in here. Yeah, so there's appointments that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then again on Saturday. To place a cookie pickup order again. So you don't need to do this the first couple of days. This would just be starting Friday, January 31st. You would need to do this. When you fill this out, put in the number of cookies that you want in packages, number only. So 24 would be 2 cases, 18 would be a case and a half, 36 would be 3 cases. So total packages, number only, no words. The reason for this is because it'll auto go into a spreadsheet for me, and then I can auto add it up without having to do any extra work. If you type any kind of letter in there, even if it's just the letter A, well, it even won't even let you because I made it so that you can't. It won't add it up. And if you're putting in case numbers, then if you want 1 case, it's not going to add up correctly because I'm going to pick up 1 package instead of 1 case. So just make sure you're doing package numbers and then not putting any words in there. Although I did forget that I did last year set it up so that you cannot put any words in there. I kind of forgot about that. This is where you would go to sign up for boost sales. Again, signups do not start until next Sunday, so do not go and sign up yet. But you can see that our Troop Cookie stand is already in there. All the dates that we have for that is already in there. But don't go and sign up yet. This is your survey for the end of cookie season. Some resources. So this is the PowerPoint for this meeting. This is the quiz that you need to take. This is where you find the requirements for the Cookie Entrepreneur Family Pins. So you just click on your Girl Scouts level to get those requirements. This is the receipts for Cookies for Community. It's a PDF document that you can print. And then we have our goals here. I haven't put in the activities yet because I'm still tabulating the votes and calculating that. But the service goal is in there, and then the number of packages each troop wants to sell. Some videos from previous years that our troop made. I haven't uploaded this year's video yet. This is a recording of this meeting that I uploaded about a couple weeks ago, but I'll probably upload a new recording. Our top sellers from the last several years. Cookie for Community information. We need to take that Goodwill off of there. Yeah, we don't work with Goodwill anymore, so I gotta take that one off. Our numbers of donated cookies. This is when one of our Girl Scouts, Oliver, got to help with the Cookie for Community delivery a few years ago. And then cookie numbers through the years. All right, so I think that's everything that I needed to show you all. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to stop the recording.